Alrighty guys, so how's it going today? So yeah, so I'm gonna do a video here on my second thing I got. Something for the house. This is just going to be an experiment, because I mean I watched some videos on it and it's kind of, you know, you get the good and some bad, but want to upgrade. So yeah, so you guys know about the that little security camera that I got for the front of the house. Well, that's just kind of a webcam that tends to give me some issues when I need it to be working. So I'm going to try something else as a security camera. This is just a test, and to see if I like it. Of course, it's a very expensive test. You know, it's like almost $100. So it's going to have to work. I mean, it'll work regardless, but if it'll work where I want to put it, I don't know. That's going to be something that I'm going to have to experiment with. But this is just a little something I picked up. Of course, it does require Wi-Fi and all that stuff. You know, you need all that stuff in order for it to work on your phone and stuff like that. So this is what I ordered. Now, if you can read that okay. This is just a 100% wireless camera. It does have a rechargeable battery. And you also can you can also hook a solar panel to this. So I guess what I'm trying to think. If you want non-stop charging of your camera, because you do have to this is a rechargeable battery in here, so you have to always constantly. It'll last for quite a few months though before you have to do that. It'll give you a heads up anyway. You know, so you open the box. The first thing you're greeted with is another thing like this. I don't know what's in here. Oh, just some paperwork. So here are your. Let's start with this stuff. Here you got a template. Got two of them because you got two different kind of mounts, two kind of mount options with this camera, and these are your you know, things you can trace. So probably might need that one, and then you get a little sticker, you know, warning sticker that you can stick in a window or something. I'll probably stick that on the front door. And then in here you get a book, okay? And just this book just tells you how to set it up and all that stuff. So we'll just put all this stuff back in there for now, because that's not what we're after right now. So, but yeah, so it all comes in this nice little fancy guy right here. And yeah, so we'll put that over there, and then in here you get the camera. So what should we pull out first? Well, first of all, I'll tell you, you know, stuff here if I can get it out. So here's the camera. This is actually a pretty heavy camera. Now this camera is rated for indoor and outdoor use. The outdoor is kind of an iffy thing though. The wireless range is good though. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, you're not putting it super far away. I think I technically could put one of these in, like, in the shop if I wanted to, and I should still get good range. But how many walls it goes through, that also affects your range. But for indoor and outdoor use, or well, for the outdoor use, it only will work down to temperatures of 14 degrees, which is what the online says. So that's not very good. That's not very good. I don't know why they can't make these things last, you know, colder than that. I mean, if it worked down to at least -20, at least I'd be a little more covered that way, but, you know, that's just the way it's going to be. So, this camera has a good wide view. It's got a sensor, so if somebody walks in front of it, you know, if you have it set to, well, it'll send you a notification that somebody's walked in front of your camera, then you'll know if somebody's at your house. Another thing, I don't know if the sensor would work through glass, even a single pane glass, because I want to keep this camera indoors. I want to actually keep all my cameras indoors of the house, so then I get true, you know, 24/7 coverage, because easy charging of the battery, and then of course, you know, it stays at a good 67 degree temperature even in the wintertime. Cameras will never shut off. You do have to keep recharging the battery, but obviously that's only every few months. So this mount here, this base that's on right now, is a magnet base. And I think that's a magnet one, ain't it? Yeah, and it's very strong. Whew. So this mount is, you know, it's magnetized. So you can mount this to something, like even to apparently to a ceiling or whatever, and you can look at that. So you can adjust it. This is the mount I want to try to use, but I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, it's not going to give me probably enough. It's not going to give me enough bend, but very strong magnet, very, very strong. No winds are going to rip this off. I don't see how. It's actually very impressive. I'm very shocked by that. You know, you can hear it just click. Look at that. Insane. So it's got a very good magnet. Again, if you were going to permanently install this on a ceiling or something, or even outdoors, this is actually pretty good. So, but yeah, so that's the one mount you get, and then the camera. Oh, and the camera also has two-way audio, which I'm not going to use it on mine because obviously the cameras are going to be indoors. So what good is the audio? You know, it's true 1080p quality, but they say when it records, it has. You also have to put in a little, and I guess it would be in here, a little SD card, a mini SD card, so you can record with it. But apparently, from what they say, it's defaulted, I think, to 720 or a little bit less than that. So you have to manually adjust that if you want it to record in true 1080p as well. So that's actually the camera. Of course, the battery goes here in the back. You can see that. So, and then this is the battery. The battery itself it's got some good weight to it as well. Now, to charge it, you charge it through this little port on the back right here. You probably can't even see that. There's a little port there. You can just pop that out, and then it'll come with its own cord and everything. But the battery just pops out, and you can recharge it. But if you're going to mount this in a tree, you know, well, obviously you're not going to run an extension cord or anything stupid like that to it. So you can actually order a solar panel that plugs into this, and it has its own little weather boot on there. So it keeps the battery fully charged all the time. But since I'm going to have it indoors, a solar panel is not really an option. So I'm going to have to pop the battery out when it gets to, you know, they say it'll warn you when it hits 10%, which is a good thing because I don't want them to get completely dead. You know, it wrecks the batteries when they get completely dead like that. So that's the battery. They say how powerful this battery is. It's 5,200 milliamps. That's the capacity of it. So, good sized battery. That should last, you know, most of these. I think they said online. It probably says in the book too, but I'm not going to look into that. So, and in here, you get. I guess this would be a third mount, actually. This is so you wanted to put it in a tree or something and you didn't want to, you know, drill a hole or drill it into the tree or something, you know, a mount, and then you could just tie it on there, I guess, with this. That's your charging cable. I would have liked to have seen a longer one, but whatever, it's fine. And then here is the mounting screws. Here's another little thing. I guess you could tie that to something too, so if the camera did fall off, it wouldn't go anywhere. Here's your other mount. This is the one I think I might end up using here. And then you get this little, it's kind of like a weather boot, and it has the sun visor, so you'd put that. I guess if you're using the camera outdoors, you would slip this on. You know, I guess. I probably would use it, I don't know, but I think that's pretty much all that comes with it. Yeah. So you could, that's pretty much everything you get with it. You get that little guy, you get this mount, which is probably this is probably the mount I'm going to have to use, because that's the one that gives me more flexibility. And mounting screws, your charging cable. I don't know. You might even be able to use you could probably almost use your cell phone charger cable. I think they both have pretty much the same connections, just about, depending on phone. But so that's all your goodies in there. Like I said, I'm just going to package all this back up for now, and then when I'm ready to install it, you can. I mean, I'm going to. So, yeah. So this, like I said, this is the camera. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm just going to try it and see if it's much of an improvement. There is a reset button on here, so if you do have camera issues, you can reset the camera. I thought it was supposed to come with a key, like a little key to reset it. I mean, you can use a paper clip; it ain't gonna matter. But I don't think I got one of those. But that's okay. Or did I? Yep, I got one. It's in there with the screws, I guess. But I have one anyway that come with one of our old cell phones. Usually when you order a new cell phone or something, you get a reset key as well. Again, it's like the size of a paper clip, you know. So yeah, so there's that. That's the battery. Put that in there. And then this is the camera. So, but yeah, if you want to, I think the SD card goes in here. It should. Yep, there's a little slot there for it. And then the reset button. And this is like that little, you know, just a little cover. It is waterproof. I think this is waterproof anyway. But usually if you're going to put it outdoors, you'll put that little boot on. I call it a boot, but it's a cover, whatever. That just makes the camera a little bit more waterproof, and you know, other stuff. It's already getting dirty already. But yeah. So I'm going to try to activate this on the phone. You have to use the little thing in the back, because it also has a number too. I want to activate this camera on all 3 devices. Now you're going to say, all 3. Well, the cell phone that's recording this video right now. I want to see if this will work on my old computer, my old laptop, because that's my main camera setup. It's an older computer. It runs like Windows 8. It's not Windows 10 or anything. But I have their app downloaded on that computer. So I'm going to try it on there. And then I'm going to put it on my new computer as like a backup. So if it doesn't work on my old computer, at least it'll be on my new computer. But I would rather prefer it on my old computer because, like I said, that's my main security system anyway right now, so it might as well just continue being this. So, but if not, then at least it'll be on the phone, and it'll also be on the newer computer. The newer computer is Windows 10, so that shouldn't have no problem running it. That's really all that comes in that box. There's nothing really to it. It's all, you know, 100% wireless. Like I said, so I'm sure it'll work on my phone and on my new computer, but I'm a little iffy on the like I said, I'm a little iffy on the old computer because that's still running Windows 8. So I think you can upgrade that computer to run Windows 10. It's just that it's so old and outdated, and it's not running very well. I mean, it's running, but it's got issues, and I imagine it's got almost 20,000 hours on it, so who knows how much longer it'll last before I have to get another one. But if I do, it'll be another cheap laptop or something. So, but I just want to try it. So, yeah, that's going to be the new security camera, hopefully for the front of the house. I'm going to try it, just experiment with the mounts and stuff and see how it works. Like I said, I don't want to put it outdoors because it's not going to last outdoors. I mean, during the summer it's fine. It'll run non-stop. It's just that once it gets down to 14 degrees, which is Fahrenheit, not Celsius. I don't know what that would be for you Canadian people, but it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit here in the US. So that's about as low as it'll go before I guess the camera's shut down and they don't work anymore. Which is kind of not what I want. I want them to be able to run non-stop. So I'm thinking the best bet is just inside the house, looking through a window. Now, like I said, I don't think the sensors would work. I'll be able to test all that later on once I get it all installed and get the battery charged up and stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna have to test it. If the sensors don't work, that's fine. But I mean, it would be nice if it did. But if it don't, it don't. I'll still be able to monitor it through my phone if I am out in the field or something. I can monitor it. But if it doesn't work out to the way I like it, if I can get it set up to the way I want it, and if the sensors do work through the glass, which I don't think it will, but if it does, that's great news as well. But I will be ordering more of these cameras. They are expensive. They're $100 a piece, so... But you can get sets, you know, you can get, you know, more or less commercial grade type, you know, security cameras, you know, ones that are actually wired. These are wireless, and that's what I want, because I don't really want to have to run wiring. You know, it's a pain in the ass, so, but it's good enough. It's good enough for what I want it to do. Like I said, the little camera that I have that's in the window now, that works about 95% of the time, but there are days where it puts up a fight, and you know, because it's a webcam, it's not really designed to use as a security camera, but I use it as a security camera, and you know, it's not really designed for that. It's nice, but it's not designed for that. And it just, and some days it even freezes. Some days it won't. Some days it'll go 10, 16 hours of non-stop recording and still work. And then there's other days where it'll record for about 2 minutes and then it freezes, you know. So it's not reliable. It's not reliable enough for me, you know. It's just kind of more or less a nuisance. So I want to get something that's a little bit more reliable. Again, like I said, I'll put it on the computers, give it a try, and of course on the phone too, so I can monitor it when I'm at home, or when I'm gone, I mean. And if everything works out to the way that I want it to work out, you know, like I said, I will be buying more of these. So, but like I said, they do require a Wi-Fi, which I do have, you know. And they said too, how many walls it has to punch through will affect the range. I think right now they said the range is like 600 and something feet. That's for outdoor use. I thought that's what they said. It's probably in the book too, but I'm not going to look for the book. But it's got, you know, good enough range that if you wanted to use it outdoors, you could. It's just that, you know, in the wintertime, it just wouldn't work. You know, you might get days where it's above 14 degrees, but come on, let's face it, most of the time here anyway, in Minnesota where I live, it's either 30 degrees or it's minus 30 degrees. You know, it's never really, hardly ever in between, you know. It's kind of one or the other. And last year, it was minus 50 and 60 for a good 2 weeks in a row. And I know that this camera never would have survived that. So that's why these cameras have to be indoors. So, but yeah. So like I said, I'm going to try them. See how they work out. And if it works out to my liking, I'm going to buy more of them. And then for shits and giggles, I'm going to put one here in the shop and just see what it does. You know, for range. Whatever else. Just as a test. Just to see if, you know, if the range is true and if it works and yada yada yada. That's all just going to be for an experiment. But I want to do the house for now, you know, and whatever else. I would like to put the cameras outside because, you know, you can cover more area that way. But in the summertime, that's fine. You know, that's fine. I think what I could do if I really wanted to, because these cameras are just so damn mobile, you could put mounts outside, the magnet mounts, that would be your best bet. Mount them, you know, like, I would put them under something. So I would, see, I have like an overhang like this on my house, right? Because I mean, all houses have this. So I would mount it there in the house, but you know, on the house as far back as possible, and then just leave the magnet mounts or the other mounts, whatever. And then in the summertime, move the cameras outside. But then for me, I would have to always get a ladder to do that. So you see where that would be kind of a nuisance, right? I mean, if you truly want to put them outside, you can, but you're not going to get coverage in the wintertime because it's just too damn cold. Oh, what the hell that damn noise is? But unfortunately, I am going to put a camera. I'm thinking of putting one in the garage, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that yet. But if I do, I don't think that would survive too much in the wintertime. It might, because it will be kind of slightly warmer in the garage. But again, that would just all be experimenting and just testing to see how they truly would handle our area. But other than that, they're going to have to be in a window inside the house where they're at a good temperature where they can run non-stop. So, only problem with that is, yeah, the sensors probably wouldn't work, then they probably wouldn't pick nothing up, but, you know, that's just the way it's going to be. So, and you don't even have to mount these cameras if you don't want to. You can put these cameras on a table. You know, you could just use that little magnet mount base or whatever, and just put it on a table. Put it on a coffee table or a nightstand or something, or you can even, if you really wanted to, you could probably use it to monitor your baby if you had a baby sleeping in the crib. You know, you could mount it on the ceiling if you wanted to, or just leave it on a table or something. You know, it's good that way too. But if you did lose Wi-Fi, these cameras are pretty much useless. They would still work a little bit, but they're pretty much more or less relying on Wi-Fi. And we don't lose Wi-Fi here that much. And if we do, it's just most likely because of power outages. But, you know, it's not a big deal. I know some guys are like, oh, you're going to slow your Wi-Fi down. Well, then you just get a bigger Wi-Fi box then, you know, screw it. The one we got now, I think, is okay. I don't know. It's a newer one. It's a dual band, but how much... It's putting out more power than what our old one did. But if we need to upgrade to something that's even more powerful, then we'll do it. We'll have to. But I don't plan on adding a shit ton of cameras, you know, to my house. I think your maximum, I think it's like 32. Which I'm never going to use 32 cameras. I'm lucky if I'll probably put 4 or 5. You know, around my property. So I think I'm going to be within okay range. But again, like I said, if I notice the Wi-Fi starts to, you know, kind of get iffy, the Wi-Fi, I'll just, I guess, upgrade to a bigger and better, you know, router box then. Something a little more powerful that can handle more cameras, I guess. So, but that's the camera I picked up. That's the camera I'm going to try and see if I'm happy with it and whatever else. That's the I mean, wireless cameras. These 100% wireless cameras are more of a nuisance, but they are they're simpler to put up, and most people nowadays don't really want to mess around with wiring. You know, it's a real pain in the ass. Now you could pay somebody to install a professional grade camera system and run all that wiring and crap. But security cameras alone, you know, for security systems that are permanently installed in your home, they can run anywhere from $300 up to $1,000, and then put on top probably another $500 worth of labor. You know, so you're talking a lot of money for a security camera, for a security system for a home. You know, and it's, I mean, if you got the money to blow and do that, have at it. I mean, do what works for you, but I'm not going to spend $2,000 on a security camera, you know, just for that. Unfortunately, the range of the night vision range, I guess it is, or the sensor range, whatever it was, it's only like 32 feet. But I've seen some videos of it, and they seem to do really good at night. It's just like it's like you can see more than 32 feet. So I don't really know what they're talking about, but the range apparently is 32 feet, which is not a lot. Some cameras will have up to a 100-foot range. That's more or less what I was going for, but they don't have that, looks like. So, but no big deal. So it'll pretty much just cover what I want it to cover, and I'll be good with it. So, but that's what I picked up. Just wanted to let you guys know. That's the camera we're gonna try. I think this is their newest one. I think it is now. I believe it's their newest one. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to try. So, but anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. Let me know, guys, if you have any of these cameras on your property or on your home, and let me know how they do in your area or how they do in general. I just want to know. I want to know other people's feedback. I have watched a few videos, but I just want some other people's opinions on them, and just to get their general feedback on them. If they're happy with them or if they're disappointed with them, well, that's why I only bought one, because they're expensive. And if I'm not happy with it, I don't want to lose thousands of dollars. You know, I'd rather lose $100 then. You know, but I think no matter what, even if I'm not happy with it, I'm probably still going to use it. It's just not going to be used for where I want to use it. You know, I'll just put it somewhere else. So, but yeah, so anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.